Hi students, this is Botany PSR. In the previous class, I explained about properties of DNA, that is DNA versus RNA. That means of these three substances, DNA, RNA, proteins, which one act as nucleic acids or genetic material means which one act as genetic material? Both DNA and RNA act as genetic material. RNA also act as genetic material in some viruses like TMV, HIV and QB bacteriophage. Okay. Now I am going to explain a new topic called replication. What is that? Replication. See, it is DNA. From DNA will be formed. This is so called replication. Formation of DNA from DNA is called replication. Which one is formed? DNA is formed. Involved enzyme is DNA polymerase. DNA polymerase, also called DNA dependent DNA polymerase. The main enzyme involved in replication is DNA polymerase. How can you remember? Means which one is formed? DNA, that type of polymerase. So DNA, the main enzyme involved in replication is DNA polymerase, also called DNA dependent DNA polymerase. This replication was discovered by Watson and Crick. This replication was discovered by Watson and Crick. This replication occurs in S phase of interphase in nucleus. This replication of DNA occurs in S phase of interphase, right? Whereas in prokaryotes also this replication occurs. So that is site of replication in prokaryotes is, where does this replication occurs? Means it occurs in cytoplasm, whereas in eukaryotes it occurs in nucleus. Replication occurs in cytoplasm in prokaryotes. Replication of DNA occurs in nucleus in eukaryotes. Okay, right. This replication time taken for replication in E. coli. E. coli is 18 minutes. The time taken for DNA replication in E. coli is 18. Generally bacteria means 18 to 20 minutes. So generally 18 minutes here. E. coli is a bacterium, no? Escherichia coli. Okay. This replication occurs in bidirectional manner. Replication occurs in semi-conservative manner. This replication occurs in semi-discontinuous. Bidirectional, semi-conservative, semi-discontinuous. Replication fork area is replication fork area is what shape means Y shape. These are the very, very important points, my dear students. Whereas in prokaryotes, that is in bacteria, nucleus first of all enlarge and finally cell divides into two cells. That is, in prokaryotes like bacterium, this replication occurs prior to binary fission. Replication occurs prior to, in prokaryotes, replication occurs prior to binary fission. In prokaryotes, replication occurs prior to binary fission. Before binary fission only, this replication of DNA occurs. Okay? What is replication, how it occurs? That one we have to discuss. Okay? See, look at here. See, I am giving the nucleotides A, T, G, G, C, like that I have given. Complementary we have to write now. Complementary means A pairs with T, T pairs with A, G pairs with C, G pairs with C, C pairs with G. Okay? This is the complementary. So, this replication occurs. How it occurs means, first of all, these two DNA strands are in winding condition, folding condition. So, first of all, unwinding of two DNA strands. In between them, what are present? Hydrogen bonds are present. Next, breaking of hydrogen bonds. Finally, replication fork, that is formation of replication fork. Next one, that is synthesis of complementary strand, synthesis of new strand. Right. So, when two strands are separated, where does that replication starts means? Replication starts at which place? Origin of replication. Replication occurs at origin of replication or oricite or origin. Okay? Replication occurs at which place? Origin or origin of replication or oricite. Right. So, let us suppose this is 3n. If this is 3n means this is 5n. See, look at here. 3n means this would be the 5n. If this is 5n means this would be the 3n. Okay? Now, the new strand is synthesized. No? One point you have to remember, my dear students. New DNA strand is always synthesized from 5 to 3 direction only. New DNA strand is always synthesized only in 5 to 3 direction. That point you have to remember. The new DNA strand is always synthesized from 5 to 3 direction. So, let us suppose this is one DNA strand and this is another DNA strand. If this is the 3 means, what would be this strand? That is, both the DNA strands would be anti-parallel. No? Anti-parallel means, if this is the 3 means, this would be the 5n. Okay? If this is the 5n means, this would be the 3n, like that. This is 5n means this is 3n. If this is 5n means this is 3n. Both are anti-parallel. Anti-parallel means one strand will be 5 to 3 means other strand will be 3 to 5, like that. Right. So, what I told, new DNA strand is always synthesized from 5 to 3. That means from here to here, like this. Here, this is 3n now, like this it will form. These arrow marks are very, very important. Okay, write the complementary. If this is the 5N now, so what the type of nucleotide, where does it occur means inside the nucleus now? In eukaryotes, this replication occurs in nucleus, that is nucleoplasm of nucleus. DNA is formed means DNA polymerase is involved. The main enzyme involved in replication is DNA polymerase. So in the nucleoplasm, number of nucleotides are there. Those are added one by one. Those are added one by one from the nucleoplasm. Okay. So C is there means what the nucleotide should be added? That is G. What means G? So for initiation of DNA replication, both DNA polymerase and RNA primer is required. Will DNA polymerase of its own can initiate the process of initiation of replication? No. So for initiation of replication, what are required? Both DNA polymerase and RNA primer. RNA primer is also required. What is meant by RNA primer? A small stretch of RNA is called RNA primer. This RNA primer acts as anchor. RNA primer acts as anchor and it is useful for initiation of replication. Okay. So what is the role of RNA primer? See, look at here. RNA primer. What is a small stretch of RNA? Small stretch of RNA. What is its role means? Two roles. One, it acts as anchor. It acts as anchor and also useful for initiation of replication. So for initiation of replication, both DNA polymerase and RNA primer are required. Those two are required. Right. What are added means deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates. Deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates or deoxyribonucleotides. See, DNA means deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates. That means how many phosphorus are there? 3 phosphorus. Or deoxyribonucleotides are added one by one. So what is the role of deoxynucleoside triphosphates? They serve as a dual purpose. Dual means two functions. One is called acting as a substrate. Second one is called they provide energy for polymerization. So they provide energy for polymerization. So what is the dual role of deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates? They serve a dual purpose. One, acting as a substrate. One by one they are added. And which substance will hold that nucleotides? That is RNA primer. For initiation of replication, RNA primer acts as anchor. Like that it holds. Okay. So what is the two roles of deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates? Dual purpose means one is acting as a substrate, two, provide energy for polymerization. Okay, right. So DNA polymerase catalyzes the polymerization in the direction of 5 to 3. DNA polymerase moves in the direction of 5 to 3. DNA polymerase moves in the direction of 5 to 3. DNA polymerase catalyzes the polymerization in the direction of 5 to 3. New DNA strand is always synthesized from 5 to 3 direction. Right. Next nucleotide G always pairs with C. Next nucleotide G always pairs with C. T always pairs with A. A always pairs with T. So one by one the nucleoside deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates are added one by one. Or in other words, deoxyribonucleotides are added one by one. Okay. So now the hydrogen bonds will be formed. So 2 hydrogen bonds between A and T, 3 hydrogen bonds between G and C. Okay, right. So this DNA is formed, and like the similarly here also that pairing will occur. So this strand, this is 5' no, this is 3'. So here like this it is formed. DNA polymerase moves in the direction of 5 to 3. 5 to 3. So here T means A means T, C means G, C means G, G means C. So DNA polymerase catalyze the polymerization in the direction of 5 to 3 only. Of course, this is forward direction, it is backward direction. That's why it is a bidirectional. So replication of DNA is a bidirectional manner. True. What is the reason? One will be forward, other will be backward. That is the reason. If you say like this, is it true or false? Tell me. In DNA replication, one strand is synthesized from 5 to 3, other strand is synthesized from 3 to 5. Is it correct? No. Both the new DNA strands are synthesized from 5 to 3 only. That point is very, very important. New DNA strand is always synthesized from 5 to 3. DNA polymerase catalyze the polymerization in the direction of 5 to 3. This is also a new strand. Okay? Right. So this is one DNA, this is another DNA. So this one is new strand. This one is old strand. In each daughter DNA molecule, one is old strand or parental strand, other one is newly synthesized strand. So this is so called semi-conservative. Semi-conservative. So DNA replication is a type of semi-conservative. Semi means half. That means in each daughter DNA molecule, so one DNA becomes 2 DNAs. One DNA becomes 2 DNAs. In each daughter DNA molecule, one is parental strand, other one is newly synthesized strand. This type of replication is called semi-conservative method of replication. Here also, this one is old strand, this one is new strand. In each daughter DNA molecule, one is a new old strand or parental strand, other one is newly synthesized strand. This is so called semi-conservative. Semi-conservative. Okay. Of course, it is a bidirectional. This is one direction, this is another direction. What is the reason for bidirectional means? Don't say one strand in 5 to 3, other strand in 3 to 5. What is the reason? One strand will be in forward, other strand will be in backward. That is the reason. Okay. And it is a replication of DNA is a semi-discontinuous. Discontinuous means this strand will be, it occurs in discontinuous manner. Discontinuous manner, not in continuous manner. Later those fragments are joined together and form a new DNA strand. With the help of enzyme, these DNA strands are joined together by a enzyme called DNA ligase. DNA ligase. These fragments are called Wakajaki fragments. These fragments are called Wakajaki fragments. Right. Of these two strands, one is continuous strand, other one is discontinuous strand. Of those two strands, only one strand is discontinuous. That's why the DNA replication is semi-discontinuous. So what I wrote here, this bidirectional. Bidirectional means what is the reason? One strand will be forward, other strand will be in backward. Don't say one strand in 5 to 3, other strand in 3 to 5. Semi-conservative means in each daughter DNA molecule, one strand is old strand, other strand is new strand. What is semi-discontinuous? One strand is continuous, other strand is discontinuous. So that's why it is so called semi-discontinuous. This how it look appears means Y shape. Inversely you may say means Y shape. So this replication occurs at which place? Origin of replication. Which place? Origin of replication or origin. Right. So these fragments are called Okazaki fragments. These Okazaki fragments are later combined together by an enzyme called DNA ligase. So overall how many types of enzymes are involved here? Initially DNA polymerase. Here the Okazaki fragments are combined by DNA ligase. So two types of enzymes are involved in replication. One is called DNA polymerase and later DNA ligase. Main enzyme means we have to say DNA polymerase. So 2 points I would recall. Main enzyme involved in replication is DNA polymerase. The types of enzymes involved in replication is both DNA polymerase and finally DNA ligase. Okay, right. If we observe, say parental DNA sequence. Look at here parental DNA. This is the parental strand now. AT, TA, GC. I am taking 3 base pairs. AT, TA, GC. And now I am reading the daughter DNA sequence. AT, TA, GC. Same or not same? Same. So the parental DNA sequence and the daughter DNA sequence are identical. Parental DNA sequence, see, AT, TA, GC. Daughter DNA sequence, AT, TA, GC. So the daughter DNA sequence and the parental DNA sequence both are identical to each other. True. Will those two daughter DNA molecules are identical or not identical? Look at here. AT, TA, GC, GC. That means the DNA sequence in two daughter DNA molecules are also identical. So what the points we have to remember means the sequence in parental DNA and the daughter DNA sequence are identical. True. The sequence in two daughter DNAs are identical. True. Okay. That one you have to remember. Okay. Next one. So what is semi-conservative means? In each daughter DNA molecule, one is old strand, other one is new strand. That's why it is so called semi-conservative. Don't say conservative method. Semi means half. Okay. Right. Next one. This now experimental proof. Experimental proof of semi-conservative replication of DNA by Messelson and Stahl in E. coli. E. coli means it is a prokaryote. By using N15 So, experimental proof of semi-conservative replication of DNA was conducted by Messelson and Stahl. So, this is called Messelson and Stahl experiment. In which organism? E. coli. By using N15. By using N15. Here, this N15 is a heavy isotope. This N15 is a heavy isotope. This N15 is not a radioactive isotope. Not a radioactive isotope. This separation of DNAs can be done by centrifugation in cesium chloride density gradient. Separation of DNAs can be done by which process? Centrifugation in a substance called cesium chloride gradient. Okay. Here which substance is medium used is ammonium chloride. Right. So let us suppose N15 means light DNA strand. One strand is there now. Light 14 light DNA strand. If N15 is present means it is called heavy DNA strand. And N14 means it should be called as light DNA. DNA contains two strands. N14 means light DNA. If N15 means it is called heavy DNA. If it is N15 means it is called hybrid DNA. So if one strand is present means you have to think over it. Okay. 14 light DNA strand, N15 heavy DNA strand, only one strand. 14 means light DNA molecule. 15 means heavy DNA molecule. 14 or 15 it is so called hybrid DNA, also called intermediate DNA. Okay. So what they did means N14 is placed in N15 medium. Then N15 will be formed in many generations. N14 DNA when it is placed in 15 medium, then in many generations it will be converted into 15. Okay. Now the question is, N15 DNA placed in NH4 ammonium chloride medium, N14. See the question. N15 DNA placed in N14 medium. Now look at here. N15 means N15 placed in which medium? N14 medium. N14 medium means here you may write N14. So 15, 14. 15, 14, 15, 14, 15, 14. This will be considered as first generation. So time taken for this generation means 20 minutes. 18 to 20 minutes no replication. So 20 minutes. E. coli. This is in E. coli. Okay. So this one is called hybrid DNA. This one is also called hybrid DNA. Okay. Next, again we are placed same medium. Don't change. This is first generation. N14 medium. 15, 14, 14, 14. Here also 15, 14, 14, 14. Okay. So this will be the second generation. Second generation time means another 20 minutes. Total 20 plus 20, 40 minutes. In second generation, number of light DNAs. Light DNAs means this is one, this is one. 2 DNAs. And hybrid DNAs. Hybrid DNAs. How many? This is one hybrid, this is one hybrid. So 2:2, that is equal to 1:1. In second generation, ratio between number of light DNAs and the number of hybrid DNAs means 2:2. Like that you have to. So in the second generation means you have to take this one. Don't take this one. Okay. Now if in 60 minutes means you have to go for another generation. 60 minutes means another generation. See. Same N14, 15, 14. For space convenience, I am writing below. 14, 14. Here also N14, 14, 14, 14, 14. Fifteen, 14, 14, 14. Fourteen, 14, 14, 14. This would be the third generation. Third generation time means 60 minutes. In 60 minutes, see, this is the 15, this is the 15, N15 is 10. Remaining all are 14. So, in third generation, number of hybrid DNAs, this is 1, this is 1. Remaining all are light DNAs. These these hybrid DNAs and light DNAs can be separated by a process called centrifugation in cesium chloride density gradient. Okay. So, when we did this experiment in test tube, heavy molecules should be at the bottom of the test tube, light molecules are at the top of the test tube. Right. This is the third generation. Again, fourth generation. Again same N14. 15, 14, 15, 14, 14, 14. 14, 14, 14, 14. 14, 14, 14, 14. 14, 14, 14, 14. 15, 14, 14, 14. 14, 14, 14, 14. 14, 14, 14, 14. 14, 14, 14, 14. This would be the fourth generation. Fourth generation means time In fourth generation means this one we have to take. Third generation means this one. Second generation means this one. Like that we have to take. So what point you have to remember means what is the parental DNA means. In parental DNA how many N15 strands are there? 2 strands. In each generation here is N15. One. In each generation, in the first generation 2 N15 strands are present. Second generation also 2 N15 strands. And this generation also 2 N15 strands. This generation also N15 strands. So, what is the difficult to remember means whether the question is asking DNA strands or DNA molecules. In fourth generation, let us suppose 80 minutes. Light DNAs means, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. See, out of 16 DNAs, these two are hybrid, no? So, light DNAs means 14. Percentage means 14 divided by 16 into 100. Next, hybrid DNAs. Hybrid DNAs how many? This is one hybrid DNA. This is another hybrid DNA, that is 2. That is equal to 2 by 16 into 100. And these two are important. Light DNA strands. The question is light DNA strands, not DNA molecules, light DNA strands. So, how many DNA molecules means? 2 DNA molecules, 4, 8, 16. 16 DNA means 16 into 2, 32 DNA strands. How many strands? 32 DNA strands. 16 DNAs, no? 32. Okay. Right. Light DNA strands means, how many light DNA strands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Third, light DNA strands is equal to 30. That is equal to 30 by 32 into 100. And heavy DNA strands, heavy DNA strands is equal to, heavy DNA strands I am asking. This is one DNA, heavy DNA strand, this is another DNA strand. So that is 2. That is equal to 2 by 32 into 100. Like that we have to calculate. If the question is DNA means we have to calculate with respect to DNA molecules. If the question is DNA strands means we have to calculate regarding DNA strands. So in the first generation 2 DNA molecules, 4 strands. 2 DNA molecules, 4 DNA molecules, 8 DNA molecules, 16 DNA molecules. If those number will be double means strands. Okay? Like this type of questions they will ask. On what basis they are separated means by process called centrifugation. And the substance involved is cesium chloride density gradient. Okay? So, this semi-conservative method of replication by using N15 in E. coli. N15 is a heavy isotope. It is not a radioactive isotope. Okay. This semi-conservative replication by using thymidine, by Taylor. Semi-conservative replication by using thymidine by Taylor in Vixia faba, that is faba beans, that is family Fabaceae, which is a eukaryote plant, no? So that is semi-conservative method of replication was conducted by Messelson and Stahl in E. coli. That is, Taylor conducted semi-conservative method of replication in Vixia faba, that is the name of the plant, by using radioactive thymidine. In which plant? Vixia faba. Okay, right. So this N15 is placed in N14 medium, means we have to write down like this. And if N14 DNA placed in N15 medium, means we have to take reverse. Okay? See, this is N15 DNA placed in N14 medium. This is concept 1. Another concept means they will ask in another way also. N14 DNA placed in N15 medium means we have to take here 14, here 15, like that. Okay? Please note down all these points, my dear students. Machinery and the enzymes. The machinery and enzymes. Main enzyme involved in DNA replication is DNA polymerase, also called DNA dependent DNA polymerase. Right, which one acts as a substrate? The deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates or deoxyribonucleotides. What is the role means? They act as a dual purpose. One, acting as a substrate. Acting as a substrate. Second one, acting as substrate and acting as a substrate. Second one, they provide energy for polymerization. Those are the two functions of deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates. Okay. And how these deoxyribonucleosides triphosphates means, that is, polymerization should be fast. Polymerization should be fast. And that to be accuracy, high degree of accuracy. High degree of accuracy. That is action of polymerase. Action of DNA polymerase. One is to be fast. And they maintain high degree of accuracy. Accuracy means he always pairs with a T only. It does not pair with a GRC. And if any mutation, if any mistake occurs, during replication, it results in mutation. If any mistake occurs during replication means it results in mutation. Right, which one acting as a substrate? Deoxyribonucleoside triphosphates. How many phosphorus are there? 3 phosphates. The 2 terminal phosphates are high energy phosphates. The two mean last two, not, don't say first two. The 2 terminal phosphates are high energy phosphates. Okay. Here one numerical is there. Number of base pairs in E. coli. How many? We have to remember this one. 4.6 into 10 power 6 base pairs. Okay. Then time taken for DNA replication in E. coli is equal to 18 minutes. 18 minutes. Okay. So then rate of polymerization per second is equal to how many? That we have to calculate. See, 4.6 into 10 power 6. For this, how much time? That is 18 minutes. That is equal to 18 into 60 seconds. That is equal to this many seconds, 1080 seconds. For 1 second, how many base pairs? Okay. Then 4.6 into 10 power 6 divided into 1 divided by 1080. It will nearly 4259 base pairs. 4259 base pairs. That is equal to 4000 base pairs nearly. Nowadays scientists are calculated in the form of kilo base pairs. So that is equal to 4 kilo base pairs or 4 kb. 4000 base pairs, nearly 4000 base pairs or 4 kilo base pair. Kilo means 1000. So for 1 second, how many base pairs will be formed nearly? 4000. So answer is 4000 base pairs are 4 kbp. The rate of polymerization per second is 4000 base pairs or 4 kilo base pairs. Okay? Right. Now look at here. Let us suppose I am taking this as 3n. Okay. And if this is 3n means this is taken as 5n. This is 3n. This is 5n. Okay. So the two strands are unwinded. In the middle, hydrogen bonds are broken. Okay. Replication fork. This is so called replication fork. Replication fork area. Replication fork area is Y shape. Okay. So this is a new strand. This is 5 to 3. And here also like this. Fragments. Initially fragments are formed. Okay. So how many strands act as template? This one is a template. This is also a template. This one is so called continuous strand. No, this is 5n. This is 3n, and here this is 3n. Like this it is formed. So it as it is continuous means it is so called continuous strand. Continuous strand. Continuous strand is also called, very important point, leading strand. Continuous strand is also called leading strand, and this is called template. And this is discontinuous strand. This is so called discontinuous strand. Discontinuous strand is also called lagging strand. Lagging strand. Okay. This continuous strand is synthesized from 5 to 3. Discontinuous strand is also synthesized from 5 to 3 only. Okay. So this is the template. Template means you have to read like this. So template, this is the template. Template of continuous strand. Template of continuous strand with polarity. We have to read like this. Template of continuous strand with polarity 3 to 5. This is very important. Here this is also template. Template of discontinuous strand. Template of discontinuous strand with polarity. See, like this you have to read. With polarity 5 to 3. So these fragments are called Okazaki fragments. That is name of the scientist. So these fragments later joined together by enzyme called DNA ligase. Okazaki fragments are formed in the direction of 5 to 3. So continuous strand is synthesized from 5 to 3. Discontinuous strand is synthesized from 5 to 3. Okazaki fragments are synthesized from 5 to 3. DNA polymerase, catalyze the polymerase in the direction of 5 to 3. Template of discontinuous strand with polarity 5 to 3. This one is important. Template of continuous strand with polarity 3 to 5. This one you have to remember. Remaining all are 5 to 3. New DNA strand is always synthesized from 5 to 3. This is new strand, this is new strand. New strand is synthesized from 5 to 3. Continuous strand is synthesized from 5 to 3. Discontinuous strand is synthesized from 5 to 3. Okazaki fragments are synthesized from 5 to 3. DNA polymerase, catalyze the polymerization in the direction of 5 to 3. Template of discontinuous strand with polarity, this is the template. Template of discontinuous strand with polarity 5 to 3. Template of continuous strand with polarity, this is the template. So template of, this is the continuous strand, this is the template. Template of continuous strand with polarity 3 to 5. Okay, in this replication how many strands act as template? Both the strands act as template. How much part of DNA will participate in replication? Entire DNA will participate in replication. So these 2 points you have to remember. So this replication occurs entire the length of the DNA. This replication initiates at origin of replication. Okay, so here how many in this, according to this diagram, how many Okazaki fragments are there? Okazaki fragments 3. So here this is entire one segment. One segment means only one primer required. One primer required. 3 Okazaki fragments means 3 primers required. 3 primers required. So number of primers is equal to number of Okazaki fragments. Number of Okazaki fragments 3. Number of primers also 3. How many DNA ligases are used means 3 fragments means here one DNA ligase, here another DNA ligase 2. So that means number of DNA ligases used is equal to number of primers minus 1. Number of primers minus 1 or number of Okazaki fragments minus 1. Okay, so when DNA replication occurs, after that cell division fail, what happens? A failure in cell division after a DNA replication occurs. So a failure of cell division after DNA replication, it results in polyploidy. It is nothing but a chromosomal anomaly. Okay, so if that means whenever the DNA replication occurs, after that when cell division fails, it results in polyploidy. This is very, very important. Okay, please note down all these points, my dear students, and we will meet in the next class.